Dating can be an uncomfortable and often pointless practice when you cannot connect with the people you want to be dating. So how do you attract the type of person you want to be with? By nurturing or growing your king traits. By this, I mean the qualities that mark you as a king personality. To truly thrive in the dating scene, you must be viewed as an attractive partner, not just to the people around you, but in your own eyes as well. Nurturing these king traits like honor, resilience, responsibility, vision, creativity, and protectiveness is the key to unlocking a deeper level of respect from yourself and others. This will not only help you in your professional and family life, but it will bless you with the type of partner that you can be proud to have standing beside you. Before we begin, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like to support the channel, please check out the link down below so we can keep spreading this valuable information. What are king traits? These are the aspects of a king's personality that everyone can name without even knowing the names or specifics of the king in question, some of which may even seem contradictory on the surface. Many philosophers and historians and authors have spent their whole lives pondering what makes a great king, what traits are present in the ideal Renaissance man. The best of kings are honorable, resilient, responsible, creative, and protective. All of these traits are essential to presenting yourself as a person who is deserving of respect and admiration, but also a person who inspires others to better themselves. The old adage that you attract what you are is very true. If a person wants to attract people of good character and behavior, they must first become that. So if you want a partner that reflects these qualities, you must master these traits in yourself. It is completely possible that you may already have some of these traits already and only need to bring them to the forefront. To be an honorable man, one needs to be a person with integrity at the core of their self. This means that they keep their word, they are honest with their intentions, and they have strong moral principles. For example, we need only turn to the most popular TV show of the last decade, Game of Thrones, and look at who was the most honorable man in the story, Lord Eddard Stark. His most prominent king trait was his honor. His family was the most harmonious and loving because they all had an honorable patriarch to guide and nurture the best qualities. He was so trusted and respected for his honest dealings and good intentions that upon his unfair execution, his family and friends all rose in rebellion to see him avenged. But perhaps fictional characters are not inspiring to you. Just look at your own family and friends. Who is the most honorable? The one person you know will not try to lie or deceive you. The person who never backs out of a deal or acts in bad faith. You can see honor in the way athletes and competitors shake hands after a game. There is honor in the way the law and order is upheld in the courts, when justice is truly carried out. In the dating scene, honor is more valuable than can be quantified. Can you be trusted to invite into someone else's life? Resilience is an essential trait to master. This means getting up after failure. It is continuously working toward a goal or virtue. This trait is in some of the most successful people in history. Michael Jordan, regarded as the greatest basketball player in recent history, was dropped from his high school basketball team because he was seen as a lazy player. This only motivated him to become the hardest working athlete. He consistently put in the work to better his skills and accepted every failure that came his way as motivation to do better next time. Nobody will ever be attracted to a quitter, someone who lacks the discipline and the fire to keep at their goals. This quality of resilience in the face of adversity speaks of a self-motivating spirit that can survive in the world. Responsibility is important in every person. To provide a reliable reputation, to own your actions and words, and to make choices that serve and benefit more than yourself. None is remembered more for their dedication to their responsibilities or duties in modern time than King George VI. This is because he took the throne after his brother, Edward VIII, decided to abdicate the throne to marry the woman he loved. George VI was a shy and modest person who nevertheless stepped up to rule where his brother chose his own desires. Edward VIII was later known as the Duke of Windsor, but he lost a lot of respect for his shirking of responsibility to marry an American divorcee. Instead, George VI is the brother who is remembered with love and admiration. No romantic partner will be able to put their whole heart and trust into someone they view as irresponsible. The word visionary can encompass many things, creating the picture you see in your mind and bringing it into reality, having an idea of how you want to rule and why. One of the most visionary leaders in history would be Alexander the Great. He had a goal of conquering and preserving what he took. In his mind's eye, he wanted to create unity and peace between his peoples. The people he conquered grew to appreciate his attempts to save the beautiful things and people that crossed his path. Integrating the new cultures and making space for things to meld together is what made his historic conquest so brilliant. A bright military mind, he won the respect of friend and foe alike. His followers were dedicated to seeing his vision realized because they so deeply believed in his visions for their future. His clear focus and vision for what he wanted allowed him to flourish to unforeseen heights. Alexander the Great was a king who has inspired people to do this day. A visionary would be attractive in the dating scene for their clear vision of where they want to go in life, what they want out of relationships, and the will to make it happen. Creativity is a sign of a flexible and appreciative mind. The most famous kings are remembered for the ways creativity gave them an edge in their victories and how they made their legacy. King Alexander the Great was creative in the ways he would leverage his enemy's weakness, famously so with the Persians and their unorganized troops that toppled like dominoes in the face of his phalanxes. He was also good at creating alliances through diplomacy and marriages. Another king famous for his creativity was King Louis XIV, who is responsible for the popularity of the ballet. Often in his portraits, you can see him in skin-tight leggings that show off his strong, toned legs. His understanding of the power and importance of cultural prestige, Louis XIV was keen to implement an effective artistic policy through royal patronage and the protection and funding of the kingdom's artists and craftsmen. The king would win over disloyal or rebellious lords and ladies by inviting them into his home and lavishing them with entertainment, art, and luxurious trappings. Today, he is remembered as the builder of Versailles, a famously beautiful palace in France, and the founder of half a dozen academies of the arts. His legacy for creating and fostering joy and artistry in the world marks him as a more noble ruler than most. A creative mind is an interesting mind. The ability to think outside the box, to work on your own artistic skill, is alluring to any potential partner. To this day, musicians are inundated with dating options that the uncreative man is not. Protectiveness is at the heart of any king. To protect and defend their loved ones and people is the purpose of every king. This quality can be found in men centuries ago, like Louis XIV, who protected and nurtured his artists and writers, to everyday men and women who put their lives at risk. A Royal Marine in 2008 named Matthew Croucher accessed this kingly trait when he risked his life and limbs to protect his fellow soldiers from a live grenade by jumping on it. In a fascinating twist of art imitating life, a similar scene was made famous in the film Captain America, the First Avenger. Protectiveness remains the quality of every hero in history and in reality. This trait is attractive in any friend and partner, and one can be sure that everyone takes note of those who are protective of their circle and those who are not. To be a king in action and spirit will make you the most attractive match in the dating market. In this new age, a good partner will not manifest out of thin air. Many people have theorized on how to attract possible partners, how to make a relationship last, and how to find true satisfaction in life. Pickup artists build entire careers around this problem that men all around the world are dealing with. The truth is, everyone is searching for the king of their heart. If you feel like a king after watching this video, write king in the comment section down below.